Want to welcome everybody to the Launching Life's Journeys podcast. As we've been doing for the last year, we've really been focused on talking about how every person has a story to share, specifically in the RV industry. So since day one, we've worked to bring you those folks that are living the lifestyle, give you more transparency of the suppliers in the RV industry, as well as folks that contribute to the lifestyle in regards to campgrounds. We've interviewed campground owners as well as 501c3 nonprofits that are doing things to provide advocacy and promotion of the lifestyle, companies like Marvac. Now today we are kicking off an all new series, a dealer series, giving you guys more transparency and access to better get to know the partner dealers that we have coast to coast in North America. So with that, it is time for a new podcast special dealership series with our first ever guest in this series, Mr. Drew Tutton, CEO and owner of Open Roads Complete RV, located in Northern Georgia. On behalf of Heartland RV, Mr. Drew Tutton, we want to thank you for taking some time to be a guest today on the Launching Life's Journeys podcast.
Well, thank you, Willie. We appreciate the opportunity.
Sure. So as you and I kind of talked online, it has been foundationally anyone that manufactures anything, it is their job to provide the consumers a great ownership experience. Our partner dealers' obligation is to provide the best buying experience. And when you have two organizations that actually start to really work together and be on the same wavelength, you really have the potential to exceed everybody's expectations. And I actually got in touch with you through our very own Adam Pershouse, who told me, you want to talk about a top shelf organization that does everything the right way? We need to talk to Open Roads Complete RV. So again, I really do respect your time and thank you for being on. For everybody listening, why don't we give them a little bit of your history about Open Roads Complete RV, when you started and what your vision was day one?
Well, thank you. Yeah, and I'll tell you, we definitely try to do the best job we can in the industry for our customers. Well, we started back in June of 2014. What got me in the RV business was I was an RVer, and once my wife and I really took full capture of that environment of meeting other people in the campground or what have we fell in love with it. But what we really struggled with was the service side. And we fought through that for a couple of years, and finally, out of a little bit of aggravation, and I am an entrepreneur, I decided to open just a 3-bay repair center. So we started off strictly on the service side. After about 6 months of being in business, though, we were fully booked, and we're needing to add more employees to accommodate the customers' demands. Along the way, my son and my partner back then were had asked me, hey, what about getting into retail? And I started laughing. I said, we retail cars. We're in the automotive industry. We don't retail RVs. We fix them. Okay. And but with a little conversation back and forth, that's when really Open Roads ventured off to the retail side of the house as well. We first started off with Winnebago, and we were just simply a small towable Winnebago dealer that after 2 or 3 years, we kind of launched out to be a full portfolio dealer.
Sure. And one thing that I want to really commend you on, and for a lot of folks that don't know, I mean, obviously we are under the Thor umbrella, but we all respect each other. It's no secret. The internet has exposed all the manufacturers. We share 92 to 98% of the same supply chain. So you do have to have a lot of respect for all of our competitors. What blows me away is in the short time of you being in business, there's a lot of dealerships that have been with Winnebago for a long time, but you were one of the fastest to achieve the Flying W Award, which is all predicated on your exceptional attention to detail when it comes to serving your customers. And since your partnership with them, obviously you've expanded your portfolio because, again, as a dealership, you want to provide as many options for folks when they come through your doors. But I think that I want to give credit to you and your team. Even though we didn't give you an award, I'll get with Adam. Maybe we need to give you the Flying H as well for everything you've been doing for us. But just want to talk too about, you have accelerated so fast as being the place to go to. Can you talk about just outside of walking through the doors, having a large variety of inventory, both new and used, what are some of the things that you do to provide added value so people have a great buying experience when they walk through the doors?
Yes. Well, what we did not want to be is I didn't want our salespeople to just be the normal, and I don't mean no disrespect to no one else, but meaning that we had so many different models and so many different brands that our salespeople couldn't be professionals and
Nice.
really know the product. So I believe when you walk in our store, first and foremost, you should feel the environment. I believe when you walk into locations, you can normally feel the vibe one way or another, and that vibe is generated by the team. That's not
Hmm.
really generated by the ownership. I think ownership can try to breathe that life into it. But each of our team, I believe you'll find a very personal experience. Our genuine goal is to identify the customer's needs and put them with the product that best suits those needs of whatever it is they're looking for. Some people are just looking for a couples coach. Some people are looking for something they're going to use 2 or 3 times a year. Some are looking to use it, multiple 12, 14, 15 times a year. So our goal is to train our staff to know the product, know how to help the customer get to their final destination on picking out a coach. And I
Well,
believe that is the area that separates us apart.
Well, and additionally, I always say here in the hallways, actions over words. You have proven you've made one of the largest financial investments in one of the most state-of-the-art service and collision centers. Can you talk a little bit about, again, going back to your vision, you taking the action and following through with this state-of-the-art facility?
Yes, I believe that the only way our staff, when you talk about technicians, parts personnel, and that, the only way they can be really good is having the tools that they need. Part of having the tools is the right environment to work in. So we quickly built a large location that give the team room to move around and room to accommodate the vehicle inside as we're doing the repairs. And then we're able to get the vehicles up off the ground. Even the big A class, we have lifts and hoist and so on to help the team get the job done with the most efficiency.
Yeah, and just to give everybody some context too, because you're too humble, you guys offer over 40 years of combined experience in just not just sales, but in service, also parts, and you have over 300 factory and aftermarket certifications. So again, man of your word. Your staff. I had a chance to meet some of them offline. It is clear to me that that has been your focus to ensure that they are well educated and they serve as a resource rather than somebody that's just going to sell a person some product. When we talk about your product offering, it is extensive. Can you talk a little bit about what you have for towable, motorized categories, just what you typically carry?
Yeah, we start from as low as the teardrop, and then we go
Okay.
right up to a smaller towable. We go into the fifth wheels. We have half-ton fifth wheels right up to the big full size fifth wheel. When it comes to motorized, we go anywhere from a A-class diesel Super C right on down to the smaller B class. We also offer C class. So we try to have a good spread. So when the customers visit our location, they're able to feel, touch, and see each of the lines to, again, figure out which is best for their family and their needs.
Sure. And I know that our consumers that are watching and listening, because this is streaming both on YouTube and then it's available on at least 30 distribution channels for podcasts. Um, if you can just spend a little bit of time speaking specifically about your two locations, where they are distance-wise from each other, and then just maybe outline some of the additional cities that are kind of in your radius of service and support.
Yes, sir. Our first state-of-the-art facility was in Ackworth, Georgia, which is
Okay.
right off Interstate 75,
Okay.
which is located right on the border. It couldn't be no better. I mean, it's Ackworth, Woodstock, um, borderline for Cherokee and Bartow County. We service Kennesaw, Cobb County, Marietta, Woodstock, Canton, Cartersville. That's where that location serves the most. And then the
Okay.
most recent addition, which is under construction, is in Jasper, Georgia. And Jasper really services that Jasper area. It goes down into Woodstock, Canton, as well as Dawsonville, Ellijay, Blue Ridge. So all that northern Georgia, going up towards the mountains and up into North Carolina. The two locations are about, I believe it's about 28 miles from each other, but it's about a
Okay.
45-minute drive no matter which way you go. It's just not an easy way to get there. So we feel like our two locations service the whole Northwest Georgia exceptionally well and easy to get to one of the two locations.
I think that's great. And I think, also too, just, I'll say, Adam, in the industry, we always talk about dealerships are going to be aggressively priced. If you're comparing pricing and you're really focused on a budget, there's other dealerships that, there may be less volume, but they're going to be more high grossers. The one thing that Adam said about you, your entire portfolio, for everybody listening, you are very, very aggressive on pricing. So for those of you that are doing research and you're looking for the best value at a given price, I'm telling you guys, you got to take a look at Open Roads Complete RV on their website. And I'll be sharing a little bit more about other ways to connect. Before I get into that, on top of everything else that you've done that we've admired to be just a manufactured partner for you, and we really do appreciate your commitment to our brands, I love the fact that on top of, again, everything that you have been doing through your actions rather than words to really provide everybody a great buying experience, you have a special place in your heart for all of our country's brave service members. Can you talk a little bit about this program that's, I know, near and dear to you?
Yes, sir. We offer 15% off service and parts for any current or retired active, that's military, first responders, people that give to us, right? I think so often that we go on our regular everyday life and we forget that these people put their life on the line for us each and every day. We also offer a $500, what I call a rebate or a savings to them as well if they purchase a vehicle, new or pre-owned. But again, for me, and I know that our team believes in the same things I do in this area, is that that's the least we can do for the approach these people take to life each and every day. That they're willing to wake up and get after it for the best benefit of their communities and the people they have around them.
Yeah, and then one thing, like I said, again, we have more than 600 partner dealer locations throughout North America, and there's only a few that have that kind of commitment. And I really applaud you and your leadership, for seeing the value in doing that at, again, the minimum for their sacrifices that they make for us each and every day. If people want to learn more information, they want to see your entire lineup of inventory of new, used, if they want to utilize, again, your state-of-the-art service and collision center, how can people find out more information about Open Roads? Can you outline where you're at on social and then your website?
Yeah, on social, we're on Facebook as well as Instagram. You can find us through Open Roads Complete RV. You can also visit our website at any point, which is openroadsrv.com.
Okay. Well, again, I know that you're very busy, and it means the world to begin more of that transparency to the consumers that we're serving through this platform of media. And I really appreciate you just taking some time to talk about your truths and the way that you guys wake up each and every day to serve everybody that walks through your doors.
Willie, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate the partnership.
I'm Will Miller, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Launching Life's Journeys podcast, brought to you by Heartland RVs. Stay tuned for our next destination.